Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Good evening, everyone. You've heard of love in the time of cholera. Now get ready for low comedy in the time of coronavirus.
Oh, demonetized.
Welcome to Frankenstein Control. Yes, that's right. Your faithful hosts have gathered together as always to breathe and shout in close proximity to one another. We'll brave any dangers so that you, our beloved Joshes, have something to listen to as you're cooped up, self-isolating, or working from home. As for myself, my job has shown zero interest in closing and has intimated that we'll have to use our vacation or go without pay in the event of shutdown, so it's all the same to me. Traffic is nice, though. Traffic is real nice.
Yeah. It is nice, I will say.
On my way into work, I almost feel like I should be pulling over and getting out and going, "Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?" Like the opening of Day of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
I can't. It's impossible to do it without the doo-doo, doo-doo 80s music from the... just listen to the opening of Gorillaz M1A1.
Yeah.
But yes, the COVID-19 pandemic couldn't have hit at a worse time either, because this last week we also turned the clocks back, resulting in the mass and fucking of everyone's circadian rhythm. Got everybody unable to say circadian rhythm as I just lurched through that one. But no, we got everybody lurching around all run down and insomnia-ridden because your body thinks it's an hour too early to get tired at bedtime now.
My God, you're right.
I know. But hey.
I get into bed and I'm just like, nope.
Exactly.
It's just not.
I'm like, this sucks. No. I don't even feel tired. But at least the clock in my car is right again.
Likewise. You and I are quite alike.
I never bother to fix it when we fall back because I'm only ever in my car directly before or after work. And if you think I've got the spare energy at either of those times to fuck with a bunch of buttons and mess shit all up, you must have lost your goddamn mind.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Our sponsor tonight, lest I forget, is Cologuard for the 23rd time. Right now, however, they would like everyone to consider postponing unnecessary screenings utilizing Cologuard test kits, as all staff at their main clinical facility have been sent home for the time being out of concern for the virus. As a result, boxes and boxes of poop people have mailed in are going uncollected, and overworked UPS and FedEx drivers have taken to stacking them in a ponderously swaying foul Jenga tower at the facility's gates. which is now attracting a biblical plague of insects to go along with the viral contagion. If the situation continues to deteriorate, Cologuard fears the breaking of the fourth seal.
Oh.
That's right, it's apparently the apocalypse, and the horsemen are abroad. We had war in January with the whole Iran thing, then pestilence with the virus, and famine is newly unleashed now that grocery stores have all been raided clean.
Oh my God.
A can of SpaghettiOs for a denarius, and see thou hurt not the essential oils in the White Claw. We actually went to the store last night, and I can confirm firsthand that the shelves were completely bare. People are going insane. Like the guy in line ahead of us as we were checking out, it was just one dude, and he had an overfilling cart. He spent $1,000.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. That was what his bill came out to. So yeah, we can't risk the coming of the pale horse at a time like this.
I thought that was you.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm getting real biblically for an atheist, so let's dial it back just a bit and talk about more realistic concerns.
Like the Torah.
Yes. Well, the elderly are widely considered to be the most at risk for serious complications, including mortality, during this crisis. So the internet has lately been rife with examples of how we should all be taking care of them. Have you seen any in all of those memes? And they're sort of becoming the new Facebook mom thing to post, is remember the elderly, do this for the elderly. And we should be doing stuff for the elderly. I don't mean to shit on it. But yes, from certain stores offering their first hour of business exclusively for older people to shop without exposure to others, to various memes ranging from the genuinely helpful to the virtue signaling. Shielding grandma from the death is a hot issue right now.
Shielding grandma from the dead.
Some of these social media posts are getting a little bit out of hand, though, I think.
Oh, are they now?
It's just a little bit too much.
You don't say.
I saw one this morning featuring a painting of Qin Shi Huangdi, the first emperor of China, paired with the text, "If a senior citizen wishes to cross a river, you shall die until your bodies form the bridge."
Oh my God.
So,
Holy moly.
I think we should scale it back from that. I think
Perhaps a little.
we're not quite at that level yet. But I'd still be the first in line, because I'm fucking exhausted. I am extremely tired. I was extremely tired all day, and I understand that's one of the main symptoms of coronavirus, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to turn it over to you two now, so Taylor can explain farting protocols under social distancing or some such.
Welcome to Frankenstein Control, everybody. I'm welcome to this very special, highly infectious episode of Frankenstein Control. I'm your host, Taylor Russell. To my right is Ada Ship.
I'm Ada, and I'm the COVID-19 equivalent of Typhoid Mary.
Oh no. And in front of me, as always, is B-Rye.
I'm B-Rye, and, well, you know, they actually did cancel all my festivals. Flower and Garden Festival canceled. Sakura Matsuri canceled. So
Sheep and Wolf Festival canceled.
Probably.
Honey, I Heart Huckabee's reunion.
I don't even remember what that is. Was that a movie?
Yeah.
Not to mention the Wavy Gravy reunion tour. I was really looking forward to that. I was looking
Wavy
forward
Gravy was one dude. How could he reunite?
He got blown apart by a grenade.
He got blown apart in a gravy accident.
It was just too wavy.
No, now Wavy Gravy is like a real life version of the Exodia card. If you bring all the pieces together, you win the game. So whoever's bringing the pieces of Wavy Gravy back together, kudos to you. But I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to isolate all the pieces.
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole horse race involved to bring all of his corpse parts together. It's just not gonna work out though.
Are they like the relics, like the pieces of saints and stuff in the Middle Ages?
That's exactly what it is.
It's the pieces of Jesus.
Assemble your own Jesus. You buy a biblical action figure and one of it contains his foot or something.
Yeah, like how they keep doing with all the these Marvel action figures, where it's
Groot.
like, buy Black Widow and you can get Hulk's arm.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like
That's a thing that went down?
Buy this Hawkeye and you get Groot's taint.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Buy Spider-Man and you get Drax's crotch.
Drex.
Drax.
Driggs?
Driggs.
Wait, no, Drix is from
The literal
Osmosis
man.
Jones, which, by the way, is totally about coronavirus now.
Oh my God. Well,
Osmosis Jones is about coronavirus. People try and fight it with toilet paper and cold pills, and next thing you know, you got the Red Death going around going, I'm contagious.
and Tom Hanks gets it.
And that's Bill Murray.
Oh, right. I get them confused sometimes. I'm not sure.
Bill
why.
Hanks.
Bill Hanks. Well, clearly I'm grievously ill.
Brian Doyle Murphy.
What I was going to say earlier was, all my shit that I've been looking forward to is canceled. Could they at least give me a COVID vacation?
Yeah.
Could I please just stay home for 2 weeks and play Skyrim?
A friend of mine teaches shul, and they just got indefinite closing of their school, and she's getting paid.
Nice.
Yep.
It's paid, and I'm just like, girl, you are living the life. Fucking live your best life as long as it's indoors, away from others. Don't smush your hands in people's faces
I like.
unless you really want to.
Well, there's some memes that are like, you must social distance at all times, at all cost. And part of me is like, well, yes, I would do that, but there's this show called Full Metal Alchemist where the protagonist is able to sort of clap his hands and magically turn some objects into others and summon whatever he needs, and I can't do that with food. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of need to go to the grocery store or to McDonald's or to other places and get something to eat.
Yeah.
I wish I could summon it, but I can't.
Yeah, and you can't get 2 weeks worth of COVID supplies because shit's all gone from the
Yep.
stores.
'Cause everybody went and got 4 months worth.
Yeah, everybody thought it was the Mormon apocalypse, and the dispensationalists are coming out in droves and panicking and stealing all the toilet papier. Next thing you know, they're building forts out of turd tissue, and there's going to be a great big war over, I don't know, chicken breasts.
Some guy I talked to yesterday said that at like the Walmart he went to, the entire pasta aisle was completely cleaned out except for one row of all like the veggie pasta that no one took.
I saw one post where they're like, I went to get some pasta, but it was all sold out except for this one. I realized why, and it's like Alfredo pasta imported from Italy,
Oh no!
which of course wouldn't be a problem at
You
all.
just
but
boil it.
Exactly, but
Of all things.
everybody's racist and paranoid.
Oh man, like I had to get weird groceries last night because they were out of most things, and I had to get like approximations for all of it. And
Did you get feces pieces?
I did not get feces species. I did not get feces species, but I did have to buy like there was only one loaf of actual bread, and the entire it was all like raisin bagels and weird shit like that you can't make a sandwich with.
Yeah.
And there was exactly one loaf of Pepperidge Farm pumpernickel bread, and like that was the only stuff that was still actual and like within the realm of normal bread.
And if you were anything like me, the last time I went to the grocery store, you saw it and went, ugh, pumpernickel.
I almost did, and I got it and I guarded it jealously, and I clutched it to my chest, and I was like, my settling for this will depend on what's in the lunch meat department, because if I can get something that goes good on pumpernickel, and they had like a weird brand of Black Forest ham that I've never purchased before, and like some pepper jack cheese, so I had a pepper jack cheese and Black Forest ham sandwich on pumpernickel, and that's the quarantine sandwich, and it was good, I gotta say.
You know, honestly, I think
Slap
we
some
could.
Dijon on that shit.
I think we're missing out on a vital market here. We could invent the COVID cookbook. Your guide to cooking in times of duress.
Yeah. How to cook with the shit that nobody wants to buy.
So
That's all that you have to work with.
Yeah.
You didn't like those vegetarian noodles? Well, all you gotta do is take those and then grind them up into a fine powder. Put a little bit of water and flour on them, and now you have homemade tortillas. Wonderful. You can sprinkle all of that government-issued cheese all over it.
I think you kind of need lard to make tortilla.
No.
Which
So-
I have.
Well, see, I was about to say the lard comes from... I think what you're referring to is you were looking at my stomach and licking your lips.
Ugh.
So I'm pretty sure you plan on some form of cannibalism at some point.
Probably. That's the main reson I keep you around. You're like an emergency food supply.
He's
like a
Minchie.
like a pet dog on a ship.
Or the dog from that what was that show? Oh fuck, Excel Saga.
Oh yeah.
The emergency food supply dog, Minchie.
Menchie. Oh, that's funny. His name is Menchie.
That's why I said that earlier. Until
Yeah.
like 2 seconds ago. I
Yeah,
said Minchie.
sorry. It took me a while. Meshi is Japanese like slang for food. Like meshi. Luffy always says it.
Excel Saga is a show
Excel Saga.
I watched a lot of and remember certain bits from, and also like don't remember it at all, and have no idea what it was supposed to be about.
That's about right for Excel Saga.
Didn't her like purple-haired friend die all the time because she had some chronic illness, and she'd turn around and she'd be like,
Coughing up blood.
yeah.
She had coronavirus before all of us.
She had it before it was cool.
She had it before it was cool coronavirus. Hey, that's how we can that's how we can reclaim all this, victim blaming when it comes to people who get sick with coronavirus. We could say they got cool coronavirus.
Is Excel Saga the one with the two kids that are from the Japanese equivalent of Texas, and they're like hounded by their hot grandma?
I don't remember that at all.
What the? Oh, no. You're thinking of Magical Shopping Arcade of Animation.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a hilarious show. It's great. But no, Excel Saga is the one where the main character's name is Excel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And
That's her name.
Her and the purple-haired girl work for this guy this like very 90s anime looking villain guy named Il Palazzo who wants to take over the world or some shit.
And the purple hair girl
Oh yeah,
doesn't
I
really-
watched that. I watched that.
like she doesn't really work for him so much as she just sort of gets conscripted by Excel and is too sick to resist and gets dragged into all of her schemes.
Yeah.
And she's mostly unconscious for a lot of it.
Yeah. And I think she has like a very outward crush on Il Palazzo, and like
Yeah.
every time she tries to like jump him, basically like jump his bones, he like shoots her or like hits her with a rocket launcher or slices her in half with a sword.
Some kind of slapstick weirdness like
yeah,
that.
it's a very slapstick, goofy ass show. It's very.
What's the random Mexican guy's name who shows
Oh!
up? Is it Pedro or Pepe?
I think it's. Oh, now you got me thinking it might be Pedro, or I hope to God it's Pepe, because that is a way funnier name. Pepe Sylvia! Pepe Sylvia! I got boxes full of Pepe! But either way, yeah, there's this like migrant Mexican worker who like has family back in Mexico. And
He's just like a nice regular dude
Yeah.
who's just put upon by a lot of crazy idiot crap.
yes. And it's a very unique show. And then in the last episode, there's like a little girl character throughout the series, and in the last episode, she like takes off her shirt and her tits are gigantic.
Oh,
As a gag. I mean, it's still uncomfortable and gross, but like it's meant to be that way. And I think it's censored. I'm pretty sure it is. Like they have a censor bar on it anyway. So like I hope at least that's the version I saw. I hope to God. But yeah, and like the last episode is where things go completely off the rails, and
Okay.
it's absolute insanity, and that's just like a small part of it. And yeah, it's a fucking weird show.
Plays out like a fever dream, so don't watch it if you actually have coronavirus.
Well, no, it'll turn around and make perfect sense. And you'll be able to write like a super eye patch wolf length video explaining it all in vivid detail.
It won't be like that time that I screamed delirious on the hospital bed as Alice in Wonderland was on the TV in the room,
oh yeah.
which really happened to me.
And there was
then
a cruise ship nearby.
Yeah, I hallucinated that you and Taylor and our friend Autumn were like looking in the window at me, and I was like, "Let them in!" I was screaming to nobody, "Let them in!"
Oh, and
That
then
was a bad time.
And
Yeah.
then they came in the Alice in Wonderland, the part with the walrus and the carpenter. You're like, oh my God, Taylor and Nick are on TV. Oh my God.
Oh god.
Nick's a good friend of ours. Haven't talked to him in a while. He's a good boy.
Me neither.
Should rectify that.
Oh, speaking of good boys,
Me? Thank you.
no, if you want something
Oh.
to watch, if you want something to check out that, you know, is calming, because not enough is calming nowadays. Everything, the news is a 24-hour physical assault from the moment you wake up and look at your phone.
Oh god, it is.
It just does not let up. Get on to that there YouTubes and check out
B-Stars.
I don't know what that is. Check out the channel Steady Craftin', featuring the Craftsman, and that's CRAFS man. He is this dude who does little projects and stuff. He's actually
He's a normal dude, but he ain't rude.
he makes a lot of like toys, and he shows you some animation techniques, and he's got these like little workshop benches, and he does all kinds of funky little products and makes these little characters, and he makes squishy figures out of them, and he shows you how to make plastic figurines and cover them in glitter and shit. And he has an extremely soothing voice. This man has the most soothing voice. Like he's literally, since the deaths of both Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross, he has stepped in to fill that gap.
And that man's name is Craftsman Cornbread Watkins.
He's like, it's your host, the Craftsman. We're going to be getting into it today. And I'm like, please tell me more.
Please let us get into it.
And he even does, because people write him all the time, like, Craftsman, your voice is so soothing. Like, will you read me bedtime stories and shit? He's like, okay, we're going to do that. Today, this is the Craftsman, and we're going to be reading Frog and Toad. And he just has a couple of videos where he straight up reads Frog and Toad, and it's the best thing in the world. And I did not think of coronavirus or Donald Trump at all during the entire time he was doing that.
Even though the story was about a toad.
Well, yeah, but
As a friendly gay toad instead of an awful one.
But he didn't have rotting buckwheat for hair, so...
naturally, knowledge of the Craftsman comes by way of a friend of the show, FBM, who is my hot source for all things fabulous and worth watching and paying attention to, and that distract you from the horrors of daily life.
Like our show.
Mm-hmm. Or at least that's our intended purpose.
We barely succeed. Start thinking about bad shit now!
Something else that's funny and has to do with anime, because we talk about that all the time.
The animes.
I saw it was one of those pictures you see in like a police blotter online sometimes, where they show like a folding table filled with all the weapons and evidence they seized.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they got a bunch of weapons from they raided a drug house, and they showed all the weapons and like a couple bags of indeterminate drugs.
Yeah.
So there's like a couple of semi-automatic handguns and like probably like a shotgun or something. And then on the table is a gigantic Mall Ninja sword.
Oh, like a Zabuza sword or something?
Yeah, and it says, police, and like the little tagline under it is, police seize, in quotes, ancient sword of the meth king. during this raid, and the sword was very, very clearly the Mall Ninja version of Renji Abarai Zanpakuto. Like,
okay.
Oh,
yes.
man, that is funny.
Oh my god. Wow, that took me a second. We're like, Renji, running a turtle database.
You'll find the picture if you just Google Ancient Sword of the Meth King, I'm sure.
And then you'll wind up on a list somewhere. It's like, the sword of the Meth King cannot fall into the wrong hands.
Yours is the sword of the Meth King.
Come to the meth lab where the swords are forged.
If you
in
pull
crystals.
If you pull the ancient sword of the Meth King from the rotting stump where it has been embedded for generations in the heart of the trailer park, you will become, by rights, the king of New Jersey.
All hail the Meth King. Let the boy try. We watched Sword in the Stone recently.
Yeah.
That's a fun little flim. It's a good one. Nothing happens.
Yep.
It's Seinfeld the animated film. It's a movie about nothing.
Merlin's constantly playing the slap bass.
Stop playing that. That's Archimedes. Stop playing that bass guitar, you old goot.
Sir Gawain slides in. Flops in like, what's his name? Michael
Kramer?
Richards. Yes.
I like how you know the man's name and not his character.
Well, because the man's name was everywhere when he said the bad thing.
Oh, that is true. He did say that Friends was better. Yeah, no, it's a Disney movie about nothing, but it's an entertaining watch nonetheless. It's comfy. It's a comfy film.
Yeah.
Another Disney movie about nothing. I guess it's a Disney movie. The Craftsman mentioned, because he's like, and I got this here little figure of a skeleton. I really like him. I might send him out in your box if you are one of the first people who respond to my Instagram thing, because he reminds me of The Black Cauldron, one of my favorite movies. And I was like, oh, Craftsman, I love you.
That's not a comfy movie.
No, it is not a comfy movie at all.
Many aspects of that movie molest you. Gurgi's little hands come flaying out of the TV.
No!
Hey,
Be what touches the bunches.
let's have like the cute mascot character have the facial hair of an old hobo. Like, just make him look like a bridge-living wino, and
Well, actually,
that'd be cool.
That was the prequel to what we've been talking about. That movie. It was the Gurgi became the Meth King.
Oh,
He is the one who commissioned the sword and buried it henceforth into the stump. And Taran became king of all New Jersey. I keep hitting the microphone stand.
How long has the Meth King's sword been embedded in that ancient rotten stump? I don't know, about 6 months or so.
It's pretty rusty, I gotta say. Good old. It's forged forged from the hardest stainless steel available. It can cut through any watermelon.
Mostly crushes it just through sheer impact rather than cut. And it also will like break the blade right out of its rat tail handle rat tail tang mounting and the crappy handle.
Whoops. Well, there goes $20. That is my whole summer savings.
This talk of meth reminded me.
Oh, that's never a good way to start a conversation.
Speaking of meth,
sports, speaking of meth.
last week when I was hanging out with my girlfriend, we went out to the like trails behind her house. It's all like wooded and paved. We saw some graffiti underneath the tunnel.
No.
There was a racial slur that I might have to go back and cover up. We saw a minion tied up and tied to a tree, dangling.
A minion.
I'll show you a picture real quick.
Oh.
Include the photo in the thumbnail there. Oh, that is exactly that.
Yeah.
Let me see. I want to see it
He's
again.
tied up with a bungee cord.
Oh, okay. I thought like at first I was like, well, why? I was picturing a noose, but at the same time, like, how do you hang a minion?
How do you hang something with no neck?
When you're done with this story, I have something to add of a similar theme.
But when I saw that, I'm like, wow, I got to get a picture of that. So I was holding my phone in this very loose cardigan I'm wearing, and was also holding her phone in it because she didn't have pockets.
Oh, no.
And I gingerly leapt across a little hole over the stream, and plop goes her phone directly into the water.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Hi, I made a ship and this is Jackass.
I'm going to destroy other people's property.
I'm Kenny Rogers. I'm going to go down this hill in a shopping cart and get hit by a truck and be played by Will Sasso.
I'm Kenny Rogers. I like that character.
Yeah.
Will Sasso's a funny guy.
He is.
Did you ever see his lemon tweets?
I don't think I have.
That's something I highly recommend is you go and look up tweets, Vines. I don't know what you call them.
They were Vines.
They were Vines? Okay. You'll find compilations of them on YouTube, even though Vine's dead. But go ahead, search out Will Sasso Lemon Vines. You won't be sorry. They're funny.
Anyways, Ada.
Yes, I fished her phone out of the water. We got it home, put it in rice. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
She's got a Pixel 2, and that's like waterproof up to like 1.5 feet. So
oh, okay.
we're good, but God, that was scary.
And I tell you, that rice tasted awful.
It probably did. The stream looked very poopy.
Oh, you had to fit. It's like basically it's fishing it out of a toilet.
A little bit.
So where I live,
Stream. Sorry, what?
where I live in Leesburg, speaking of stuffed animals all tied up and hanging from shit,
More like Peasburg.
we have a local eccentric known as Flagman. And Flagman drives around in his flagmobile, which is his car that he's covered in American flags. I want to be clear, I'm not insulting him because people love him. People love his work, and I actually do believe he's a veteran and might be doing this out of some, I guess, some sense of duty.
Or coping mechanism.
Or coping mechanism, probably that. He has created, you've probably doubtlessly seen the clusters of flags halfway down
that's
7.
the same Flagman. I've seen him at work.
Yeah, that's the dude.
I've seen him like tending to his flag gardens
Yes.
over on various dangerous highways.
He has-
just like a man and his craft.
Throughout the Leesburg, Sterling, and Herndon area, I guess that would be his territory because I believe he lives in Leesburg. He has these periodic flag gardens. That was a good term for them that Taylor coined. They just sprout up in the middle of dangerous medians on the highway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hanging from rusty overpass bridges.
And like they're more than just flags too. They got like emojis, like emoji pillows and shit in them too.
So they began as just flags.
Flag gardens, and now they've
Flag
bloomed.
gardens. And
The flowers have bloomed.
over the years, they've changed somewhat.
Oh,
and
no.
they've gradually became, let's face it, a little bit more and more unhinged looking. And incorporating various stuffed animals that get real ratty real fast on the constant exposure to wind and rain. And
Yeah, Winter was not kind to his poopy emoji.
the one...
I don't think he's ever used a poop emoji. I'm being silly.
He had a few in the Target parking lot in Leesburg that we used. That's the Target that we use all the time. And these,
Oh, I know what that is.
these began incorporating sticks and branches and other various. They got real Blair Witchy. Let's just
I was
get,
just about to say it's the Flag Witch Project.
They got.
Is he like slowly anamorphing into a bird?
I'm afraid.
Oh, Mrs. Briz, we found the sparkly.
That was a really good impression. Oh my God, Jeremy the Crow, the Corvid-19. Jeremy the Crow.
As Mrs. Brisby and the Rats of Nim, for anybody who doesn't know.
I want that red thread there. I don't know, that turned into, who did that turn into? That was not Don, what's his name?
Dom DeLuise?
Dom DeLuise.
No one can impersonate Dom DeLuise perfectly. You can only go, Charlie!
The breathing really made it, because before that it was just Bernie Sanders.
We're gonna take over the billionaire class, Charlie! Lots of very vivid childhood memories colliding with newer things.
Yeah.
American Tale 5. Fievel gets Tiger elected president. I'm once again coming to you, Fievel, for financial support. Sweet memories of days gone by. Back in those days, all you had to worry about was the various horrifying situations they put their young cartoon character main kids in. Just chased by a train, about to get eaten by a monster, depicted in the most horrifying, erratic possible style, making you scared shitless. Those were the good old days. Now all you gotta do to get that effect is just look outside.
Yep.
Just look outside. In fact, outside right now, I see him right there. There's a giant floating head of George Soros. He's coming. His eyes are a charging red. We better end the show, guys.
He's coming to fund liberal agendas.
Oh no, here it comes! Ah!
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.